Hey everybody, Jay Marino here, welcome back. Thanks for joining me today. It's Warcraft 3 Reforged, we're continuing on hard difficulty, and it's the last mission of the human campaign, Frostmourne. This might be the first challenging mission that we are facing in this playthrough, considering March of the Scourge seemed a lot easier with that priest mastery training. The next day at Arthas's base camp.
You lied to your men and betrayed the mercenaries who fought for you. What's happening to you, Arthas? Is vengeance all that's important to you?
Oh, spare me, Muradin. You weren't there to see what Mal'Ganis did to my homeland.
The Dark Lord said you would come. This is where your journey ends, boy. Trapped and freezing at the roof of the world, with only death to sing the tale of your doom.
This looks bad. We're completely surrounded.
There's still one chance. Help me claim Frostmourne. If it's as powerful as you said, it might tilt the scales in our favor.
I have a bad feeling about this, lad. But I promised I'd see this through.
Captain, I'll leave you to organize our defense. Let's move out.
So, at the beginning of this one, you just want to go quick. You just want to go quick and you want to save as many units in this beginning attack as possible. Wait, who's our captain this time?
What is your
It's just captain. Alright, fine. I'm going to grab a bunch of peasants for lumber. We're going to need it. The faster, the better, which means let's grab lumber harvesting and then go ahead and hotkey all of our production structures. And I'm going to grab animal war training. That's more expensive than it was in Reign of Chaos, so there's a little bit of a difference. Ring of Protection +3.
You're kind of slow for
Nobody
a human,
needs that.
you?
Let's move on here. Give Arthas back his Medallion of Courage. Lead with these two. The faster that we can get Arthas
Is there danger?
up to snuff, the better.
Certainly.
Wolves, fine. Just auto attack with this
honor.
group. They will be fine, and we can just heal along the way. What is this wolf doing? All right, should have an incoming enemy attack here any moment. I can see it.
What do you need?
Do I have an Arcane Sanctum? There it is. So we're going to grab Priest Adept Training, and I'm going to grab some basic +1 upgrades. Okay, that's looking pretty good. You can back up and be careful. This group seems like it'll be mostly okay. Let's back him out. I have more stuff up here than I need, so let's rotate some guys over there. Meanwhile,
I'm here to help.
Parry up to Vitality. I'm already holding one of those, and don't really need another
danger?
one, so let's, again, just keep moving forward.
Of course.
A Fountain of Mana, which means just heal up now. Again, the faster we can get Arthas back, the better, so that's why I'm really trying to blast my way through this.
Of course.
Some random Wendigos. These can be a little tricky. The big one will respawn.
Justice shall be done.
Muradin should be fine. In fact, why don't we use our Scroll of the Beast right here, because the last engagement doesn't matter who dies. And we can always resurrect too, I suppose.
I'm ready and waiting.
Okay, keep getting those upgrades. Let's get finished +1 up, and then I would like to get a lot of mortar teams.
Research complete.
Not having to build farms, this map is really excellent.
Forces are under attack.
So we just want these mortar teams so that we can
lumber is
attack
required.
properly
Justice
moving
shall
forward.
be done.
Greater mana pot I don't
A sound
need.
plan.
Yep, there he is. He's back. Hit him. There you go. And we can always bubble with Arthas in the last section. The big one doesn't drop anything.
Certainly. Is there danger?
All right, and again, just to
sound
reiterate,
plan.
the faster that you can do this first section, the
Of
better, because
course.
Arthas becomes extremely powerful.
Justice shall be
Lead
done.
with Muradin. We're just about at the end.
Your Honor.
Get in there.
The light is my strength. I'm here to help.
Nope. Got her. Okay. Did not get possessed. Oh, no, someone was still possessed, unfortunately. I wonder if I can I don't think I could resurrect him. I Stormbolted the one that was going for my unit that I didn't need. That was really unfortunate.
Let's do this.
And again, the whole idea here is that
Research
I'm going to
complete.
keep making mortar teams so that we can attack faster when the time is right. I'll get long rifles here and then more knights.
More lumber is
More Griffin Riders will
Is
be
there
good
danger?
too. Losing that knight really sucks. Yeah, I can't
A
resurrect
sound
him because
plan.
he was technically part of the other faction.
Turn back, mortals. Death and darkness are all that await you in this forsaken vault.
I doubt there's anything down here more terrifying than what we've faced already.
Believe what you will, boy. You shall not pass.
Okay.
The light
So
is
let's
my
get in
strength.
there.
Yes, my lord.
Justice
Arthas,
shall be
go ahead
done.
and bubble, and then Muradin, why don't you go ahead and avatar. And stun the big one. And I'd like to really just keep this knight alive. That's really all I care about. And then meanwhile, let's just keep our base alive, and we're gonna go and attack purple pretty much as soon as we're able to. After this, there's my blacksmith. There's my blacksmith. Just gonna keep getting those upgrades.
Turn away. Before it's too late.
Still trying to protect the sword, are you?
No. Trying to protect you from it.
That's a cool looking Revenant. I wonder if the Guardian has his own model, or that's how all the Frost Revenants look.
Behold, Muradin, our salvation. Frostmourne.
Halt, lad. There's an inscription on the dais. It's a warning. It says, "Whomsoever takes up this blade shall wield power eternal. Just as the blade rends flesh, so must power scar the spirit." Oh, I should have known. The blade is cursed. Let's get the hell out of here.
I would gladly bear any curse to save my homeland.
Leave it be, Arthas. Forget this business and lead your men home.
Damn the men! Nothing shall prevent me from having my revenge, old friend. Not even you. Now, I call out to the spirits of this place. I will give anything or pay any price, if only you will help me save my people.
Prince Arthas, where is Muradin? We can't hold out for much longer.
Muradin is dead. But take heart, Captain. The enemy will not stand long against the might of Frostmourne.
He's already got a creepy portrait.
I stand for the
Okay, he's
light.
got his chaos damage still.
What is your wish?
Unnamed
light is my
captain.
strength.
I guess it's whatever captain you wanted him to be.
Certainly.
Let's get to fighting.
Okay, so let's go and attack now.
Unloaded.
You know what thing I didn't check? Can I make
Well, easy.
an arcane vault? No. Okay. Maybe that would be a little too good. I don't know. So I'm gonna grab storm hammers and some more griffins as well. Everybody rally to Arthas, and we're just gonna go
I
ahead and
stand
attack
for the
into
light.
purple immediately.
This better be good.
That will take them off of our back, and then we can just
Command
focus on
me.
green exclusively.
Yes,
and
my
green has a
friend.
number of ways to get to our base, but that's
I am
okay.
ready.
We should be fine. Again, it's really just how fast can we attack into purple.
do my
And
best.
Arthas,
Research
again, with
complete.
his
What do you need?
with his chaos
you
damage,
require
should do a
aid
really good job at
from-
helping us do that and push
Is
through
there
this.
danger?
So just lead with him. He can bubble if he runs into problems. Mortar
Show us a
teams just
target.
focus on buildings. That's all
This
I want you to
battle is
do.
over.
Look at this guy.
I'll do what it takes.
Captain,
How
you don't
may
need
I
to be. You don't need to be doing that. Okay, everybody get in there. And then we've got Resurrect as well. So then meanwhile, in our base, let's go ahead and get Priest Mastery
forces are
training
under
and a couple
attack.
more priests, and then I can't really afford much else, so that's fine. That's because we're in Well, we're in low upkeep now, so this is fine. We'll have access to another base here momentarily. And purple's pretty much already cleaned out. Keep in mind, purple did just attack us, so we should be able to just obliterate this base very quickly. So let's go Slaughterhouse and then the Black Citadel. And I will do my best to explore around this map as much as possible. Got our Sorceress in there that we got for free. I mean, Polymorph is really good, don't get me wrong. Polymorph is truly excellent. Let's go ahead and attack the Black Citadel. And then we'll use Arthas, who for some reason still has heal. You know what? His hotkey got overwritten, so I think he's technically a different unit now. He's got, I think his model is different. If you look, I mean, he's got Frostmourne, which is obviously a change, but I think it's interesting how, yeah, there's a clear difference in how Arthas looks now. Here, you do chaos damage. We'll just have you attack buildings. You guys kill the acolytes. All right, so just like that, that base is gone. I don't really need improved lumber harvester or anything like that. What I would like to do is just get up to top levels. +3, everything would be great. Show that oh, he's behind the trees. I should turn on that that option that lets me see units that are like hiding behind stuff. So as long as we keep enough stuff at home to defend against Mal'Ganis, which could be, you know, a little tricky, and then we'll just take Arthas and some units and look around the map, and we can take other bases, etc., etc. But because green can get to us through 2 paths, it's actually more challenging than you might expect to hold on to another base, unless you camp the whole army right outside his base to ensure he can't go different ways, essentially. So what I'll do is take this army and go all the way up and around. And then meanwhile I can send some units back home just in case. And we're going to be in high upkeep for a while now.
Justice shall be done.
Alright. Then these guys can kind of scout out for us. There's also a mercenary camp there.
I stand
Probably
for
a pretty good use of our money if we were to utilize that in some way. So as you can see, this connects here, but also goes all the way up and around. So let's maybe go up and around and kill the stuff along the way. You guys can go home. Again, we need an army to stay at home to ensure that nothing dies. We got Arthas and our captain here. If the captain dies, we can always always resurrect him, or just he's unnamed, so it doesn't really matter if he dies on this mission, right?
I am ready.
None of our other captains died.
I stand for the light.
Okay, forest trolls, fine. So what are we at? 2-1, and we're gonna get 3-3 in terms of ranged.
I am your servant.
Soon enough. Very nice. See how that's so expensive. Let's do it. Okay. Break and break, and then what do we got here? A health stone I don't need, so we can just leave it on the ground. So yeah, we can't build our own shop. That was only the Frozen Throne missions, but everything else is Frozen Throne.
For honor.
Or similar to Frozen Throne, so it's odd to me that that was something that they decided to keep.
I'll do what it takes.
For honor.
All right, let's send you back, and you could also scout some of the map for us. Mal'Ganis has not attacked us for a while. Having Arthas... What is this? Was there something here that we killed already?
The light is my strength. Of course.
All right, obviously sitting in high upkeep is not ideal.
Justice shall be done.
Okay, there's green actually attacking us. Here's the other pathway into green's base right here, by the way. So actually, I'm going to come all the way back down and around. So come here, and then here, and then we'll make our way backwards. You all get on up here and defend us. We should be fine. Mal'Ganis is not in the mix, interestingly enough.
Of course.
As they summon skeletons, all we got to do is
right away.
Dispel them. Honestly, the skeletons, because they're not white, I have some trouble distinguishing them from, like, ghouls. But, again, that's just something I'm sure I'll get used to over time.
Of course.
Okay, let's check up here.
A sound plan.
We got a goblin merchant. I can sell the Periapt now and pick up something else. Honestly, the items that Arthas has are fine.
I'm here to help.
Maybe picking up some consumables instead of that Periapt would be better.
Of course.
It's 150 HP. It's less than 10% of his health, so it really wouldn't be a big loss if he just didn't have it anymore.
Certainly.
So this is the main direction Green would probably leave their base to get to me. Let's come on down here and see if there's anything down here to kill in all this area. You can see now how it's all kind of interconnected.
What do you need?
And we can find another gold mine along the way that we can camp in front of to then essentially camp out Green's base to ensure that his attacks can't even get to us. And one is this gold mine right here, which we don't necessarily need, but let's get up there and see if we can find a better item. Let's also get any upgrades that we're lacking, specifically these +3s. Pennant of Energy, no. Medallion of Courage, Claws of Attack.
Is there danger?
I think we go Claws of Attack on Arthas because he does chaos damage.
Certainly.
All right, let's get in there. Servants of Loken? Probably something from WoW, and I don't know what it is. Seems like they have a Dispel. It's really not, you know, a big deal there.
I stand for the light.
Do I have a priest in here? Why don't you give Arthas an Inner Fire? Back out here.
I'm here to help.
I think I'd rather just replace these footmen with more cost-efficient stuff.
I stand for the light.
Okay, so I could come take
For
this
honor.
base, and they probably would not attack it.
Betrayer of the light.
Plus attack plus
Research
15.
complete.
So let's just drop this
A
and
sound
pick this
plan.
up. I should have just sold the Periapt while I
Is there
could,
danger?
but it's fine. Because we're Lordaeron and our
I'm here to help.
health bars are blue, it
A
gets a
sound
little
plan.
confusing because the mana bars are a
The
very
light is my
similar tone
strength.
of blue. The only way to really tell, like,
Of course.
is this sorceress missing health or is it mana? Obviously, it's
Certainly.
mana, but still, it's a little hard to tell
Of
the
course.
difference. So let's move on up here. Again, I'm going to take my whole army and move up and camp this area
Of
up here,
course.
and I'm going to build another base.
servant.
Our forces are
We're still
under
we're
attack,
doing
all
okay
right.
on lumber. Let's just send some peasants up here, and we can double build a town hall and take this gold mine, and we're going to camp out on top of Mal'Ganis' base to ensure he doesn't outright attack us. I would like some extra income, and I'll build some more production up here as well. And then we're just going to rally everything to just sit up here. And then it's really just how can we keep a consistent push on Mal'Ganis' base.
Certainly.
We need to keep a consistent push on his base and just make more
go, then.
units over and over and over again. There's some trolls down there. I can go around and kill them, I guess.
All right.
All right, so let's set this up. Again, that's a lot of lumber, but having the gold to be able to replace
I
my
go,
units
then.
faster will be
Forward.
ideal, I think. Let's actually build the extra peasants to get up here and build this faster.
Right away.
I'm going to hotkey my priests for
Of
dispels. We got a really solid group here, and again, Mal'Ganis might leave his base up here, but I don't think the AI would be smart enough to circumvent me here. They would try to attack this base. I don't know why they would try to leave here and then come all the way down and around. So this is going to be all about, you know, how efficiently we can destroy buildings while still killing Mal'Ganis and all of that, because he's going to have the Infernal. A lot of our units are going to die. It's going to be all about if we can get a good Resurrect off as well.
Ready to work.
Mortar teams move to the back. Riflemen move to the back.
Shooter. Where do you want us?
And I think maybe we just
Is there danger?
we finish up our
Is there
upgrades,
danger?
and we finish getting we finish our supply by getting some more Griffin Riders, which again we just really need more lumber
Ready to
for.
work.
And I really don't like the idea of having to get more guys on lumber. It's just sort of a pain in the butt.
The light is my strength.
Let's take Arthas.
Help me.
I'm here to help.
Slow on the sorceresses is fine. I don't
Well,
really need
easy.
anything else here. Get building.
Righto.
I stand for the light.
Okay, kill the priest first. Just bubble.
Justice shall be done.
Okay, well I wasted that cooldown because I didn't need to do that. Okay, get building. When you're all done with that, we're going to shift-click you onto the gold mine.
Our forces are under attack. Job's done.
I'm here
These
to
poor
help.
guys. Are you even going to drop anything?
For honor.
Pot of Greater Healing. Could be okay.
Of course.
There's no music again. No, there is music. Again, it's just quiet. I don't want to turn it up too loud because then it'll conflict with the dialogue. Okay, so we're in high upkeep. Let's go ahead and make sure that we're rallying straight to Arthas.
Is there danger?
We can just walk him in.
For
As soon
honor.
as we attack a building, a bunch of,
Of
stuff's
course.
going to flood out of this base and try to kill us,
You can
including
count on
Mal'Ganis.
me.
So I think
Sire.
we wait for him to
Complete.
attack us. We kill his attack. He'll probably be in the attack as well. And we can wait for +3. We're sitting in high upkeep, which I'm not thrilled about, and it's very tempting to just kill some stuff, or we just commit to it. And I think maybe we just commit and we grab some more. We grab some more griffins and try to finish up this this group of units to get to a full 100. What I could also do is build towers outside here, but I'm short on lumber. There's nowhere to buy goblin shredders as far as I know. Oh, it completely hid the rest of the map. This is another map where there's a lot of wasted space. You know, I said the Culling being a remade map, I wasn't impressed because there was a lot of wasted space, but Frozen Frozen Shores of Northrend had, or I think it's just Shores of Northrend, not Frozen Shores, but Shores of Northrend had a ton of wasted space, and so does this map. The entire top of the map is just empty for usage in cutscenes. Alright, so again, let's just spend our goal to get Griffins. I'm waiting for Mal'Ganis to leave his base to come and attack me. Watch, he comes all the way down and around. Then we'd have to base race it. The other thing I can do is just move the mortar teams up and lure out the enemy defenses. The faster we can kill them, the faster we can get in this base and make it happen. This base has a weird layout, though, so it's surprisingly challenging to destroy the whole thing.
Come on, Shorty. What is your wish?
Okay, here we go. Let's move on in.
The light is my strength.
I don't know why their entire defensive force hasn't come to engage us. Here it comes. Okay. So here we go. This is going to be a bit of a bloodbath. And it's all about making sure that necromancers aren't stealing our corpses. We're not losing stuff to siege weaponry that destroys corpses, etc., etc. There's Mal'Ganis. This is where Polymorph could be good, because then we could kill him a little bit faster. All right, he's using Carrion Swarm on my backliners, which is honestly fine. If I lose the mortar teams, that's okay. I have a hero that does chaos damage who will destroy buildings quite fast. He didn't drop an Infernal. Very odd to me. So let's save this guy. And this base, honestly, was surprisingly easy to push into. Let's push to the right.
Hello!
Let's push to the right, and we're just going to have our mortar teams focus fire here. Okay, and we're just going to replace what we're losing with Griffins. I mean, I'm using Holy Light on flippin' Footman, which just almost feels silly, to be honest. Okay, let's move on in there. Getting rid of the crypts and then spirit towers. Save the captain. I don't know, again, which captain is it? It doesn't matter. Okay, now we have to maybe try to find the altar. You know what, Pop? No friendly corpses? None? He's a god. All right, get the boneyard, and then the spirit towers. We obviously want to save our Griffin Riders because they're expensive. We have enough riflemen, I think, to get rid of the gargoyles before they cause problems.
I'm here to help.
Before they cause problems to our Griffin Riders. All right, mortar teams. Again, this is all about focus firing properly and getting rid of their production. And the fact that Mal'Ganis he didn't use an Infernal, which probably would have obliterated my back line. Again, in March of the Scourge, the enemy heroes didn't attack me, so I don't know if this is purposefully easy or there are just triggers that aren't working.
Where do you want it?
I really don't know.
Where do you want it?
When they're healing like that, you want to attack the ground. Let's just send everyone in there. There's nothing that they could have that would stop this amount of units. I never fully made it up to 3-3, but like I said, a big key to this mission is just attack. Attack early, get rid of purple early. The only way you can do that is if you save enough units from the first initial attack, by the way. You know what, Captain, go on defend. Footman, go on defend. Heal him up. To get rid of the altar, it didn't even seem like Mal'Ganis was coming back. So, I don't know. And again, having all these mortar teams alive just makes an enormous difference with how fast you can push through enemy bases. Typically, again, they get killed really fast, but now we didn't have any problems. Keep this guy alive. I'll throw down the resurrects. Nope, no useful corpses. It's hard to know if you lose stuff to siege damage, it destroys the corpses. Thank you for clarifying that to me again. I realized that I forgot. Back during March of the Scourge, and I was asking why there were no corpses. And then at the same time, you know, if necromancers use the corpse to raise skeletons, then
the light is my strength.
There's that's why they wouldn't be available either. So Mal'Ganis' base is gone. Oh yeah, he's on defend. He's absorbing all the heat. Arthas is in there dealing just a boatload of damage because he's got chaos damage. Plus we put the extra claws on him. Because he does chaos damage, I should probably just kept the other claws on his too. The claws plus 12. Just the more damage we can stack on him, the better, because he does the damage type of chaos.
I stand for the light.
And we just obliterated this map.
So, you've taken taken up Frostmourne at the expense of your comrades' lives, just as the Dark Lord said you would. You're stronger than I thought.
You waste your breath, Mal'Ganis. I heed only the voice of Frostmourne now.
You hear the voice of the Dark Lord. He whispers to you through the blade you wield. What does he say, young human? What does the Dark Lord of the Dead tell you now?
He tells me that the time for my vengeance has come.
What? He can't possibly mean to...
It is finished.
He just flew away. After taking his vengeance upon Mal'Ganis, Prince Arthas wandered off into the frozen wastelands of Northrend. Tormented by Frostmourne's maddening voice, Arthas lost the last vestiges of his sanity. Now driven by the sword's dark will, Arthas plans to return home to Lordaeron and claim his just reward, and become way weaker and de-leveling back to level 1. But I guess that's because he was wandering around in the icy wastelands. Who knows? Also, he doesn't do chaos damage anymore. So, Mal'Ganis floated away because he was a hero, but in the original, they still died. Their body died, and then their ghost floated away. Whereas in this, just his whole body floated into the cosmos.
My son, I knew you'd be victorious. No longer need to sacrifice for your people. You no longer need to bear the weight of your crown. I've taken care of everything. Succeeding you, father.
This kingdom shall fall, and from the ashes shall arise a new order that will shake the very foundations of the world.
Alright, we did it. That is the end of the human campaign. Actually, hitting continue may just send us into the undead campaign. No, it doesn't. So we go into the Path of the Damned next time. I guess to do like a really brief retrospective so far, because the Scourge of Lordaeron is what most people think of when they think of Warcraft 3. It's the first campaign, if you don't count the prologue campaign, so it's what's fresh in most people's minds. The calling is probably the most defining moment of the whole game, in my opinion. Obviously, there's a ton of defining moments. But again, in terms of what the mass majority of people would have played, and think of when they think of Warcraft 3, it's probably this first campaign. And I think I speak for a lot of people when I say I just wish that they went deeper in with changing these missions, updating the cinematics, making new pre-rendered cinematics. I understand, you know, the cost and the time just didn't allow them to do that. And they say that they got fan feedback that people didn't want them to do that. I think that's probably just an excuse to say we didn't have time, so we just scaled the scope back significantly, considering updating the game engine was way, way, way more extensive than they expected. Anyway, even though they didn't make new pre-rendered cinematics, the fact that they're upscaled and really clean now allows me to notice more things in them that I didn't before. Like, I never realized there were actual people up there, like, throwing the rose petals down on Arthas. It's really cool when you don't see his face until he looks up and you realize he's all pale and sallow and creepy looking. Even with the bells ringing, you saw cobwebs in there. Just stuff in the cinematics that back in 2003 and then over time, because of the resolution, you just couldn't even see those details. So at the very least, there's that. But again, not to make excuses for such a limited scope of Reforged, which I think we all wanted something different. You know, if they would have kept the classic campaigns as they were, nobody really could complain if they made updates, considering, again, the old version was still there. But that's why I think the excuse is really just because they ran out of time and or money. But that's really all I have to say. I mean, we've talked through every mission as we went, but the real takeaway here is I wish that they had the opportunity to dive deeper into making more extensive changes. Like if every mission was remade like the Culling, you know, the core concept of each mission was still there, but there were just minor changes, more Easter eggs, changed layouts, just a fresh experience. And unfortunately, most of these missions are pretty much exactly what they used to be. Alright, thanks everyone for watching, and I'll see you next time when we start the Path of the Damned campaign. Just an update on the video schedule. I may not be releasing one every day. I may take a break in between campaigns. I may just do, you know, a video a day for a campaign, take a couple days break, and then move into Undead, and same thing when we go to Orc, and then Night Elves. We'll see. I haven't decided yet, but it really just depends on how much free time I have in order to keep recording these, to release them at such a rate of every day. Alrighty, I'll see everyone next time. Bye now.